Hi everyone, welcome back to online classes. It's Divya here with class 8 physics. Today in our class we will be discussing chapter 2 physical quantities and measurements. Before starting with, let us see the answer keys to your revision questions. Here are the keys to your revision test. Define matter. What is its composition? Matter is defined as anything which occupies space and has mass. It can be perceived by our sense of smell, touch, sight, hearing, and taste. Matter is composed of tiny particles known as atoms. Name the three states of matter. Three states of matter are solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. A solid has definite shape and definite volume. Example: wood, stone, iron, ice, etc. Liquid. A liquid has a definite volume but no definite shape. Example: water, juice, milk, etc. Gases. A gas neither has definite shape nor a definite volume. Example: air, hydrogen, oxygen, water vapor, etc. Next question: what is a molecule? The smallest unit of matter which can exist independently is called molecule. Example: oxygen molecule made up of two oxygen atoms. Next question: what do you mean by intermolecular forces? Intermolecular force of attraction. The force of attraction between the molecules, like molecules or unlike molecules, is called intermolecular force of attraction. And your last question was, what are forces of cohesion and adhesion? The force of attraction between the molecules of similar kind is called force of cohesion. Example: the forces between water molecules. This force of cohesion keep the molecules of substance bind together. The force of attraction between different types of molecules is called force of adhesion. Example: when a glass filled with water is emptied, some water particles remain stuck to glass due to adhesion between water molecules and glass. Today in our class we will be discussing the topic density. Now before going into this chapter, I suggest you to go through your 7th standard chapter regarding your density, area, volume. You are having one chapter in your 7th standard. This chapter will be very easy for you because almost 90% the same thing what you have learned it in your 7th standard, you are going to just recollect in this chapter.
Now density, you have already learned about mass, volume, area. Now with respect to that, you are going to define what is density. Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance or a material. That is, in 1 unit volume, how much mass is contained in that, you can call it as density. Now as usual, SI unit of density will be kilogram meter raised to -3. Other smaller unit, if you consider, you can write it in grams centimeter raised to -3. Now this is the relation between how can you convert gram centimeter raised to -3 to SI unit. That is, you have to multiply it with 1000. So this is very useful when you are coming with your numerical part. So learn it properly, the conversion. Now density, now you are going to the equation part. That is, density is given by mass upon volume, and density is going to be represented using D, mass M, volume V. So in short, D is equal to M upon V. Very important when you are going to solve with your numericals. Now let us see how we can find out the density of regular solids. Now whatever be the regular solids, if you want to find the volume, if you want to find the area, or if you want to find the density, you can use the direct equation. Let's suppose if the regular solids volume, already we have direct equations for finding the volume of regular objects that we have seen in the last class. Now mass for of any object you can find out simply by using a common beam balance, right? Now if the mass is known, volume you can calculate from direct formulas, and density, you can calculate it as mass upon volume. So this is all how we can find out for regular solids. For finding whether it be volume, area or density, it is very easy. Now the procedure will come when we come on to finding the density or volume or area of irregular solids. So for irregular solids, how to find out the volume and area we have already seen. Now we are going to discuss how we are going to find out the density of irregular solids. Now to find the density, we know the equation D is equal to mass upon volume. Now mass of any objects, whether it be regular or irregular solids, we can find it out simply by using a common beam balance. Just take the mass, you will get the value of mass. Now the problem is with volume. If the objects are having irregular shape, in the last video, in the last class, we have already seen how to find out the volume of irregular objects by displacement method, right? So with using this displacement method, you are going to calculate the volume of the objects. And then you are having mass, volume. Now very easily you can calculate density with the equation. And those who are having any doubt with displacement method, you can go back to the first video. It is explained in that video very well. You can recollect from that, right? Till now, we have been discussing how to find out the density of regular and irregular solids. Now, we are going to see how to determine the density of liquids. So, as usual, to find the density, we need to find out the mass and volume first so that we can apply directly in the equation and find out the density. Now, we all know that liquids, it cannot stand by itself since it does not have a definite shape and volume. It always takes that of a container in which it is going to be kept. Now, first, to find out the mass, we need to take a measuring cylinder and take the empty weight of that measuring cylinder, which you are going to mark it as M1, right? Now after this, what you want to take is whatever liquid you want to find the density, you want to take it in this measuring cylinder or whatever container, right? Now for that, first you want to know how much volume you should take. So for finding the volume, you will take the use of a measuring cylinder. You can pour that given liquid into the measuring cylinder and you can see the value and note it down as volume, right? Now what you're going to do is that this known volume of the liquid, you are going to pour it into the cylinder which you have already taken the empty mass in the beginning, right? The same cylinder or in the same container you are going to pour the amount of liquid given to you, which I have already measured the volume. Now together with that container and the liquid, you are again going to take the mass on a beam balance. That mass you are going to take it as M2. Got it? Now you are having the mass of together cylinder and liquid and that of the empty cylinder or the container you have taken. Now subtract the values, that is the together value of your container and your liquid. From that you subtract your empty bottle value, that is you are going to subtract M2 minus M1 so that you will get the required mass of your liquid alone, right? Now you are having the volume which you have already taken using a measuring cylinder with you. Mass of the liquid given you have calculated now. Now you can directly count what is the density of the given liquid. So this is how you are going to determine the density of liquids.
The same experiment you are going to express it with density bottle also. Density bottle is another thing which are you going to use for finding the density of liquids. So here instead of a cylinder you have taken, the same procedure you can do it with using a density bottle also. Now you will be having the term relative density. Now relative density means the density of the substance to the density of water, you call it as relative density. Now since being the ratio of the same unit, it is not having any unit, or you can say that relative density is a dimensionless quantity. Coming to your homework part, you will be solving exercise short or long answer questions from question number 1 to question number 13. So with this, we are winding up today's topic. Till next class, take care, stay safe and thank you.